Boy, do we have a doozy of a video today. Luke Beasley decided that he was going to sit down with this person. I believe her name is Isabella something or another. I don't know. Some MAGA moron that grifts off of incels on Twitter. So I wanted to watch this video with you guys because this is pretty much just a distillation of what you can expect from the MAGA influencers and kind of a little bit of what they think about the people that support them, to be honest with you, and how stupid they are. So Luke Beasley does a really good job of attempting to, educate this person. Yeah, good on him for trying. He really tried hard. Anyways, let's take a look at a couple clips here, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. This is the beginning of this is going to be this young woman's opinion on Kamala Harris and whether or not she was qualified to run for office. Check it out.
You have dabbled in political commentary, which I don't think you should because I don't think you know much.
Okay, thank you. Wait, I just want to clarify real quick. Are you saying that because I'm a woman that I don't know much? Because that's really degrading and misogynistic. And if that is true, you're so cool.
No, I think it's because you, right? Whether you're a man or a woman.
Okay, me, I'm vile.
Sure.
Let's see.
Here, let's see.
This is the same guy who uses the kind of language he does to describe women?
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. I would rather have a crude, brutally honest man president that says honest things about women than a literal as my president, or even a woman. Like, she's not even just a woman that I don't want to be president, because I don't think any woman should ever have a leadership position. Not only is she a woman, but she is the in chief. Freak no. Yeah, I mean, go off, queen. I mean, seriously, she literally, it's known that she got ahead by giving head. Like, she's literally.
It's not.
Okay.
How do you think she got elected?
How do I think she got
I'm not going to quiz you, actually. She got elected to DA, then to attorney general, then to senator, then to vice president.
I know. There are stories, though, that were people, a guy, I don't know his name.
You're talking about Willie Brown. I know
yes,
we're talking
Willie
about,
Brown.
and you're wrong about it.
Okay. All right.
Her having a relationship before she got into politics is a ridiculous thing to say, is the reason she went up to be one of the most successful elected officials in the history of the country.
All right. Well, she became the vice president probably because she is an establishment shill. I mean, I don't know exactly why she became vice president herself, but there is a stereotype around her. There's like these jokes around her.
Because of y'all. You're the ones who perpetuate it.
Because of me?
People like you.
Where did it come from? Like, where did it originate from?
Because they're thinking, it can't be possible that a woman could be this successful. We're going to go dive into her history and say because she dated someone who had some, notoriety back before she ran for office. Now, all the elections that she was lawfully elected to, or all that she won the elections lawfully, now don't count.
All right. I see what you're saying, and I wish I knew the exact story behind it, and I just kind of like say this thing because it's funny, but there is some proof on this. I can't. Now I look stupid. Congrats. But no one said this about Hillary Clinton.
I didn't do that to you. You did it to yourself.
All granted, I'm a stupid woman.
So there you go. That's your introduction to this young lady. This is what MAGA gets off on. Let's be honest. This is what they want to assume women are like, and they want to, degrade women. And for some of these women that are on the MAGA side, it's a really easy grift because all they have to do is dumb down themselves, be a little bit of a, stereotypical personality, say crazy stuff. And, the dollars apparently just roll in because it seems like this must be a very lucrative thing to do if at the end of the day you're willing to degrade yourself this much just so, I don't know, you can make $50 on YouTube. Props to Luke Beasley for being that patient, to be honest. She's obviously trolling. She's, this is her thing. Maybe she doesn't even know that the people on the right, the MAGA Republicans, listen to everything she says and eat that shit up like it's the God's honest truth. But maybe she does too. Who knows? Maybe that's her thing. What I can say about this is here in a second we're going to watch a clip, and she wants to talk a little bit about like how the left is shaving their heads and, holding back sex from their partners over Donald Trump being elected. And I'm sure this woman has like never stood for anything actually in her life before. So, I mean, seeing women actually like stand up for themselves is probably pretty crazy to her. So anyways, check out this clip of Luke Beasley having to sit through this.
Literally screaming to the camera, crying, shaving their heads now. They are now shaving their heads. Talk about these women. I actually feel somewhat bad for them. They are so brainwashed and built off
Hey, you know
of
what? I will say, I'd rather, even though I don't think people can do whatever they want, they can shave their head if they'd like to.
Okay.
Even though I'm not encouraging people to do that, I'd rather be on the side that shaves their head when they lose an election instead of the side that storms the Capitol when they lose an election.
Oh my gosh, I had nothing to do with January 6th. I don't care about January 6th. There were people, the cops,
You don't care when presidents try to overturn elections?
He was not trying to do
What
that.
about the fake elector scheme? You don't know what that is. It's fine.
Anyway, I don't know what that is.
you
But
don't.
no, I mean,
because
the Capitol
biggest
Police.
moment in American history, in modern American history.
Okay,
we
the
won't know
Capitol
about.
Police allowed people to go in the Capitol. They were bad.
Do you know why?
Why?
What you're talking about is whenever you're overwhelmed as a police officer, you don't have enough police officers. The only thing you can do is to back off.
They were opening the doors and saying, "Come on in."
Wrong.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know whether to laugh or cry at this shit because this is actually what you assume is going on in the MAGA sphere. But to hear people just like straight up be like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And that's cool though, because these people don't care whether or not I know what the fuck I'm talking about. They still just follow me and like all my shit. Like, it's so wild to sit here, and I say it all the time. I'm like, if I really wanted to actually make money, I would just join the right and grift off the dumbass people that are over there. And this girl's just like out here selling the secret. Just like, for sure, come on over. These people are idiots. So anyways, take a look at this clip where she talks about how she takes the little bit of money they have left after, you know, buying themselves a pair of Donald Trump shoes or a Bible or a shirt or a hat.
Okay. Literally, when I first started out doing social media, I said, I just want to shock people and piss people off and confuse people. It's funny. I like trolling. That's what I like to do. And that's literally it.
Okay, you just like seeing people outraged. That's weird.
Yes,
That's just
it's
strange.
so fun. It's so funny. It is so funny.
It's just a weird obsession to have.
I think it's a weird obsession that you think it's a weird obsession of mine.
Wouldn't
it's
you-
just funny.
okay.
It's that simple. We have different senses of humor. I have one and you don't.
But you do agree that on some of the stuff you say, you're talking about topics that are connected to super consequential things. Like toying around to be silly with anti-Semitism. You know how anti-Semitism can be used for horrors of history, right?
Are you really saying that like Jew jokes are going to lead to another Holocaust?
Normalizing
Yes or no?
even hateful jokes about people,
Yes
yeah,
or no?
yeah,
Really?
is not necessarily going to lead to what happened
So
in
then
Nazi
if you
Germany.
think that's true, then why don't you think that you guys should censor speech? If you really think that making Jew jokes will lead to another
no.
Holocaust, why wouldn't you censor speech?
If you can't engage what I'm saying, we're going to have a tough time with this conversation.
I think that's a really easy point. Like,
I'm not saying that making a joke leads to a Holocaust, but you understand that I only cite that to give you the fullest, the most extreme example of what being fast and loose, not with things that should be censored, but just with what we are supportive and socially incentivize in our rhetoric. Rhetoric can actually do a lot of damage, even if it's tongue-in-cheek.
all right, so then shouldn't you think we should be censoring rhetoric if you think it could do a lot of damage?
No, I think we should be doing this.
And I think that just about sums up the difference between the left and the right. Our boy Luke Beasley here is trying to have a real conversation, try to educate people, try to make the world a better place. And on the other side, MAGA just knows there's a bunch of morons that are willing to just throw money at you, regardless of the fact that they think the economy is horrible. As long as you say some hateful shit that get them all revved up and happy. And if you happen to be a woman and you're saying that shit, man, you get paid double.
You seem to have just an insatiable need to get attention, even though this isn't working that well on Twitter.
Yeah.
And you then cross lines that I think later in your life you're not going to be proud of crossing.
Yeah, so yes, that is true. That is true. I tend to just go on there. I like the outrage. I think it's funny. And then later on, or like the next day, I'm like, oh, why did I post that? Or my husband will be like, Isabella, like, what is wrong with you? Like, delete that. That's so stupid. So like I said before, like my husband has told me, like, you should go on there, research things, like write a thread. But I'm just kind of, get on, pop out. And yeah, so I'll grant you that for sure.
Exactly. And that's just MAGA in a nutshell. Why do research when you can just like get people super fucking angry, spread a bunch of hate, make it seem as though you're just making jokes? I mean, That's Donald Trump and Donald Trump's cult. And this girl, you know, can't hate her for it. There's a bunch of morons out there that are willing to give her money to keep her, you know, like her rent paid. Apparently, her husband's not exactly excited about her content, but, you know, it is what it is. So this is what you guys are facing out there. Just so you guys know, I wanted to show you guys this so you can see that when I say shit like these guys don't really have it hard on the right, on the left, you got to come out here and you got to actually like have actual knowledge. You have to actually speak logically. You have to do some critical thinking. But over there on the right, all you got to do is just spew some hateful vitriol. I'm not playing. That's real life. So anyways, hope you guys liked the video. If you guys haven't watched the full video, please go watch Luke Beasley. Please subscribe to Luke Beasley's channel, as he's almost at 1 million people right now, 1 million subscribers. And he's just a good dude. So I'm glad to see him back in the saddle. I love that shade he casted at the end there too, like about her not having enough followers on Twitter. That was pretty fucking funny. Anyways, if you guys liked the video, please like, please subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys to death. Hope to see you next time.